Hello, my lovelies. Rotting Joy Fox here, and I am starting a new What If. It's because I can't think of What If ideas for other What Ifs. And guys, just to let you know, I will be canceling a lot of my What Ifs because I have nothing for them, and they're just like small stories I accidentally popped up. So a lot of my stories could be like either private, or literally just all taken down. So I'm sorry, a lot of my what ifs are just like random ideas I just plopped out. Most of them might be taken down by me in the future, and this is why I'm gonna do What If Deku was the god of protection, which is this what if. Okay, so let's start off. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a bit sad because I know that you guys like all the series equally, but I do need to cancel some of them out. Okay, let's just continue. Let's get off this bad epic train. It's my mom's birthday today, so I have to be happy for her. Okay, so Deku is the god of protection, mainly everything good in life to keep you safe. Like, let's say you're being robbed, someone helps you out. That's Deku pushing that person's intellect of knowing what's right and wrong, for they could actually help you out. But if that person's motivation is not strong enough, they cannot control them and move them towards the direction on saving people. So mainly he works on heroes and people that have a courageous heart like Kirishima. So Deku decides, because Deku is mainly the god of protection, so he mainly look like this, as the photo you see. But Deku gets an instant urge to go into the human world and become one, for he could solve out the mystery of this bad aura around Japan. So he tells the other gods about this, and they all agree that something bad is gonna happen, but the problem is they cannot interfere with the human lives. But they never said anything about being reborn as a human. So they sent Deku down into the form as Izuku Midoriya, part of the Midoriya family household. The day when Deku was born, there was like a psychotic nurse who done this to several other families as well. Used their quirk, chaining the father and mother up, the mother onto the bed as the father was chained onto the wall as their mouths were. Oh, guys, this is gonna be a little bit gory, so if you guys do not like gore stuff, I suggest you guys skip ahead so you guys don't have to hear it. Okay. Okay, good? Yeah, good. Let's continue. Okay, so the doctor chained Inko to the hospital bed as Hisashi was chained to the wall. Instead of giving Inko her baby, he pulls out a table full of instruments of, how you say, surgery. So, Deku is mainly... Izuku Midoriya is the god of protection right now, as he does see this, and Deku... Well, Deku's a baby. Hold on. The doctor decides to grab Deku, hit him against the table, as Hisashi was literally screaming, but then the doctor covered his mouth with chains, as well as Inko, for they could only see what he's doing to their child. As he grabs a surgical knife, slashes one of Deku's eyes out, literally stabbing his clover green eyes out, and then slitting his mouth open. And the last thing that they saw the doctor do was slit Izuku's stomach open, grabbed his intestines, and wrapped it around him. As let's put it into perspective of another doctor or a patient, like coming out of the hospital. As that patient or said doctor sees this happening, and then starts calling police and heroes. Remember, this nurse done this to several other families, so without their help, this doctor could not have been arrested. Even though he's been charged with 5 murders of innocent children, which were previously gods, who decided to go into the mortal world to try to help out anyone with a problem, but failed and got murdered by this doctor. And Deku was another one. I said 5, right? Okay, so all the parents will do, go to a court, and the guy was sentenced to death for the counts of innocent lives that he took away from several families. But let's go back into the hospital where Inko and Hasashi is, because they decide to stay with Izuku's now dead corpse. Well, their son's dead corpse, as they don't know that the spirit of the god is still in the room with them. As Inko and Hasashi literally sings songs to their dying child, as Inko's holding back tears, holding her baby boy. As Hasashi is holding her and telling her, "Shh, it'll be fine." As they continue singing, and the song they sang was "Come Little Children" and "The Hanging Tree." And Deku decides, yeah, the god's name is Deku. I was gonna give him like a deity name. Okay, so Deku does hear this and decides no children has to suffer the way him and innocent other children have to suffer. And let's say Deku was born, let's also say this is when Shigaraki's like still a kid as well. Dabi ran away from home, and Toga, instead of her family trying to force her to pretend she's something that she's not, they immediately just kick her out. And that's it. They just threw her out and that was it. As Izuku listens to the song and decides to play a role on helping children. And that was his main goal, to help people, which is what he was made for, protecting people, but also to help them on a journey. And yeah, he will know the Todorokis because of, oh dear, is it still recording? Yeah. He will know the Todorokis because of the Toya, which he changes his name to Dabi. And let's say All For One couldn't get to Shigaraki in time, so he doesn't go into an evil path. So let's say a few weeks do pass as Inko and Hasashi are in Deku's funeral, as the other parents go to their dead children's funerals, visiting them and talking to them. As rumors go around saying that a weird figure with green and darkish curly hair, because that's Deku's actual hair in the anime, with a flower, antlers, and a veil, wearing a white coat. And Deku does have a hood over his head, as well as you see, a veil. Is that what they called for, like a wedding dress? A veil to cover the person's head? I'll look it up later. Oh dear. So, Deku does go around singing the song. Hold on, I actually do have something. And Deku's voice is not purposed into either two genders, male or female. It's like a mix of both. Hold on. Deku does sing this song. So that's basically what Deku sings, to like lure children to him for he could help them find a good home. Because Deku mainly likes to help out small children that have a problem, like living span. Basically like Shigaraki, Toga, or let's say Shinzo in this case, like he was like forced into a bad family because of his quirk, like his father abused him or such and such, as well as Eri. So Deku does sing the song and finds Shigaraki, and he starts singing to him and telling him that he will be alright. So Shigaraki does trust Deku as well. He does find Toga and Dabi, and he takes them in, as well as Shinzo and several other children that have either no house, no home, they ran away from home, like for good, like good, or they have been kicked out. And Deku does take care of them by going to an abandoned house that looks like it's a brand new house, but it's an actual abandoned house. And Deku makes it look so like new, like there's a lot of rooms for all the children. A few weeks later, Eri was brought into the world. I know Eri's like way younger. She's 7 in the canon anime now. So let's say this is the time where Eri activated her quirk by accident and rewounded her father to the point where he's not in existence. So Deku does take Eri away, and I know you guys might get mad, like what if he did, like what about Todoroki? Deku could not save Todoroki in time because of Endeavor. When Deku grabs Todoroki, he gives Todoroki something to remember his older brother. But Endeavor finds him and actually grabs Deku and tosses him out. So like a bunch of heroes do not like Deku because he's stealing children away. For who knows what, they think. So they're trying to find where these children are being led to by this man. Oh no.